Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into the world of optometry.
A fascinating field.
It is, and we're extra lucky today because you, our listener, are particularly interested in this field, right? So we'll be tailoring this deep dive into what it really takes to become an optometrist based on what you want to know. You've even given us some great resources to get us started.
Definitely more to it than meets the eye.
For sure.
Yeah.
For example, I was surprised to learn that there are optometry schools not only in the US, but also places like Puerto Rico and Canada.
Yeah, definitely.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. First things first, what are the essential steps someone needs to take if they're considering this path?
Well, the good news is becoming an optometrist is a pretty structured process. It does require dedication and time, as with most medical fields, but having a clear roadmap helps a lot.
It really does. And your excerpt gives us a fantastic roadmap to follow.
Let's break it down step by step.
Perfect. Step one seems pretty standard.
Ugh.
You need an undergraduate degree. And I'm guessing here it can't be in, like, philosophy, right?
You got it. While the humanities are enriching, optometry requires a solid foundation in the sciences and math. Think biology, chemistry, physics, even calculus.
Ah, so looks like those late-night study sessions in undergrad are about to come in handy. So after we've conquered all those science courses, what's next?
Next comes everybody's favorite, standardized tests.
Right, of course. I'm assuming we're talking about the MCAT or something.
You're on the right track. For optometry specifically, it's mainly the OAT, the optometry admission test. But interestingly, some schools accept other tests too, like the MCAT, DEET, GRE, and even the PCCAT.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. So if you've already taken one of those for another reason, you might be in luck.
That's a great point. Okay, so you've aced your tests, you've honed your science skills, and now it's time for the main event. Optometry school. Where do people even begin to look?
The options are pretty impressive. In the U.S. alone, there are 24 accredited schools,
Wow.
each with its own unique strengths and focus.
24. Wow. There really must be something for everyone then. What are some of the things aspiring optometrists should consider when choosing a school?
Location is always a big one. Big city versus a smaller college town experience. Program type is another. Some schools offer concurrent degrees, like a master's, which can be appealing to those looking to specialize or go into research later on. And of course, cost and financial aid options are always important factors.
It sounds like there's a lot to weigh. Now, imagine we've successfully navigated the application process, maybe even snagged our dream location. What comes after that initial excitement of starting optometry school wears off?
That's when the real work begins. Optometry school is demanding. It requires, intense focus and real passion for the field.
I can imagine. But it's not all, like, textbooks and exams, is it?
Yeah.
What are some of the exciting things students experience during this time?
Oh, absolutely. This is where things get really hands-on. Students start working with patients in clinical settings, learning to, diagnose and treat a variety of eye conditions. They get to explore different specialties within optometry, too.
That's what I was hoping you'd say. I read in one of these articles about specialties like pediatric optometry and low vision rehabilitation. It's amazing how diverse the field is.
It is. Let's take low vision rehabilitation, for example. That specialty focuses on helping patients with conditions like macular degeneration, helping them make the most of their remaining vision. It can be incredibly rewarding, actually, finding ways to maximize someone's independence and quality of life.
That's incredible. So after all that hands-on training and mastering those specialties, the finish line is, in sight, right? What does that final hurdle look like?
You're right. The finish line is approaching. After graduating, the next step is, obtaining a license to practice. This involves passing the National Board of Examiners in Optometry exams, often referred to as the NBEO.
Ah, yes, the NBEO, the final boss of optometry school.
You could say that. And once you've conquered that, you'll need to obtain a license in the state where you plan to practice.
Right, makes sense. Each state has its own specific requirements, right?
Exactly. And for those wanting to specialize even further, like in, let's say, low vision rehabilitation, there's the option of a residency.
Residency, okay. So that's like an intense specialized internship, right?
Yeah,
What are the benefits of completing one?
you got it. A residency provides additional training and mentorship. It makes you even more competitive in your chosen specialty. It's a commitment, for sure, but it can open doors to incredible opportunities.
Speaking of opportunities, once you've cleared all those hurdles and you're officially a doctor of optometry, What kind of work can you do? Where do optometrists end up?
That's one of the things I love about this profession. It offers so much variety. Many optometrists go into private practice, of course.
Right, that seems like the classic route.
It is. But there are also opportunities in hospitals, corporate settings, even the military. Optometrists are needed everywhere. And that variety extends to earning potential as well.
Ooh, the salary question. Everyone wants to know. What's the average salary for an optometrist?
The average annual salary for an optometrist in the U.S. is around $124,300. But here's where it gets interesting. Location can significantly impact your earning potential.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that. Tell me more.
Well, rural states often have higher salaries for optometrists compared to urban areas.
Wow, I would not have guessed that. It's encouraging to see those areas investing in eye care. Why is that?
It often boils down to supply and demand. Rural areas have a greater need for healthcare professionals, including optometrists, but they have fewer people to fill those roles.
That makes a lot of sense. So to attract qualified candidates, they offer more competitive salaries. And I imagine there are loan forgiveness programs and other incentives too.
You're exactly right. Many rural communities offer loan forgiveness programs or signing bonuses to attract healthcare providers. They recognize the importance of having qualified professionals serving their communities.
That's great. It's amazing how this deep dive is revealing not just the career path itself, but also the broader healthcare landscape. Now, we've talked a lot about optometrists, but I know there are other eye care professionals out there like ophthalmologists, right? How is that different?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. It's easy to get those terms mixed up. So what is the difference between like an optometrist and an ophthalmologist? Right, people often confuse the two. Think of it this way. Optometrists are like the primary care physicians of the eye, while ophthalmologists are the specialists.
Okay, that makes sense. So I go to my optometrist for my regular checkups and maybe a new prescription for glasses. But what kind of situations would lead me to an ophthalmologist?
An ophthalmologist is a medical doctor who has undergone additional training to diagnose and treat eye diseases and to perform eye surgeries. So if you needed cataract surgery or you had a more complex retinal issue like diabetic retinopathy or needed specialized treatment for glaucoma, you would see an ophthalmologist.
So it sounds like there's a lot of collaboration between optometrists and ophthalmologists to make sure that patients are receiving, comprehensive eye care.
Absolutely. They work together, each playing a really crucial role in the patient's overall eye health journey. And let's not forget about opticians.
Oh, right.
They are an important part of the eye care team as well.
Yeah, opticians are the ones who actually help us like find the perfect pair of glasses or fit us for contact lenses, right?
Exactly. They take the prescriptions provided by the optometrists or the ophthalmologists, and they use their expertise to make sure those glasses or contacts fit properly and comfortably, and most importantly, help you see your best.
It's fascinating how interconnected like the entire field is. We've covered so much ground today, from like those initial steps of choosing the right optometry program to the variety of career paths and specializations. It's clear that becoming an optometrist is a journey with like endless possibilities.
It really is. And like any journey, it's as much about the destination as it is about the personal growth and self-discovery that happens along the way.
That's such an important point. It's not just about memorizing textbooks or mastering techniques. It's about like cultivating the qualities that make a truly great optometrist.
Exactly. Which brings us back to that thought-provoking question we posed earlier. What personality traits and skills do you think make someone a truly great optometrist?
Ooh, it's definitely something to consider. It makes me think about the optometrists that I've encountered personally. Beyond just their technical skills, it's their patience, empathy, and ability to explain, complex things in a way that's easy to understand. That
Mhm.
really makes a difference.
I couldn't agree more. Those human qualities are invaluable. The ability to really connect with patients, listen to their concerns, and provide reassurance and support are just as important as that clinical knowledge.
Well said. As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of optometry, I'm left feeling like incredibly inspired. It's clear that this profession is about so much more than just eyes. It's about improving lives.
It is, and that's a powerful motivator. If you're passionate about science, driven to help others, and fascinated by the complexities of the human eye, then optometry might just be the perfect path for you.
That's the perfect note to end on. A huge thank you to you for sharing your expertise with us today. And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has provided valuable insights and sparked even more curiosity about the world of optometry.
It's been my pleasure.
Remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration. There are so many resources available to help you learn more. And who knows, Maybe someday you'll be the expert guiding someone else on their own deep dive into optometry. Until next time.